Ooh. Mr. Saylee, we are in here again. The final week of August. Got a lot of things that I will be of August. Got a lot of things that I will be talking about today. I hope everyone is doing amazing. I hope everyone's doing amazing, guys. If the connection, whatever goes out, we're gonna still handle it the way that we know how to, in a way that we're understanding ourselves. That's one of the most powerful things we can do right now, is fully understand what we're bringing to our own lives. Like I said, I'm still in Ghana, enjoying it in a beautiful, beautiful way. Setting myself in a position that I can be happy for generations to come. I can show people in my life who know me, heard of me, know of me, whether it's in LA or in Atlanta or, in Australia, that this is the way to make a move, a life of freedom. So let's go with this. The Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. Freedom, warmth, and clarity. Guys, we got a very, very, very important situation to talk about today. It's not only closing my month in Ghana, coming up on my 30 days, and it's been nothing short of amazing. Nothing short of it. No, there's no moment where I'm like, oh, dang, man, I should not be here, or any sad moments. No. I'm giving individuals a chance to experience, let's say, peace, endless peace. I talked about it last time, endless peace, endless joy, and endless happiness. It is accomplishable. So you have to understand that, first off, that what I'm trying to get towards or what I'm manifesting in my life can be actually accomplished. Now, I always got some questions for you guys. I am the questioner. Whether for my clients I have this, or for you guys as well too. All of these questions, they're for you to think about now and in the future as well too. What's to come? What are you doing in your own life right now that's putting you in a position to win? Because that's the thing you want to do. You want to make sure you're winning, that you're feeling good. Loving self. I got a bonus question at the end. Make sure that you're loving self. What's going on, Banquet World? Chiming in. What's happening? You got to make sure that you're loving self. So the first question, I'm always about seeing what individuals, being aware of their difficulties or being aware of the situation that they're in right now. Before you can clear anything out, become aware of it first. Expand your mind and become aware of it first. So the first thing is, what fear is doing to you right now? Just assess. If I was a fearful individual, I wouldn't be in Ghana right now. So really looking at your own situation. You have to be the scientist of your life. You have to evaluate. You have to figure out what's actually going on. You're not just in this life just to be in it. You're in it to actually make a shift. Don't be a robot. You can change things that are going on. So, what I see right now, sometimes free is doing to individuals, or what it did do for me, it put you in a mode of stagnation. It can. I'm not leaving out of my own neighborhood. I won't even leave out of my house. I won't leave outside of the country. I won't leave outside of my city, because I'm afraid of what may happen to me on that end. So if you are letting that happen for you in your life, hey, all right, let that happen. But how much of life are you really getting out of life just by letting the fear control it? So you want to make sure that you're figuring that first. That's what I was saying. You want to make sure that you're aware of that situation. What is the fear doing to you right now? Sometimes it's the fear of lack. People were talking about finance. I was talking with some clients last week. Man, if I don't got no finances, man, it shuts you all the way down. But look at your situation to where you're like, dang, if I'm only governed by how much money I have in my bank balance, is that a limiting behavior, or is that even a limiting mindset? What about going into the mindset of abundance? Regardless of how I move, things are going to be taken care of. I'm not saying hoping and wishing and praying, but making certain moves, connecting, networking, talking with certain individuals to see, can I turn nothing into something? Maybe I can offer something that I do very well, even if it's just a reading, let's say just reading something for someone, just help. Service to others. I was talking about this last week. Service to others. If you put yourself in a position to serve, you end up finding so many situations that work for you. You find out a lane where it's like, dang, I just love having this person around because of the service. You're like, dang, people start wanting to take care of you. Make sure, we got to have him around. We got to make sure that he's good. And sometimes that's the situation you can be in as well too. So starting off with number one, you see what fear is doing to you right now. Is fear putting you in a mindset to where, I can't make a certain move in my life because somebody else has put the clamp, whether it's on my mind, somebody else has put the clamp on my reality. Look at it like that. Shout out to everybody coming in, and I appreciate it. Big bro, oh man, it's all love. So it's something that I really want to stress out. I can stay 2 days on this. For the rest of life talking about it. How we can allow fear to control what we do and how we move. There's going to be a lot more things coming up, not only for me, that I want to show you guys as well too. Just how life looks at like when you don't let fear rule your life. It's right here, right in the mix. I'm showing you really right now. If you're able to think to yourself like, all right, I can actually believe in myself, believe in what I can do. I made a post. It's like no limitation, all elevation. So what areas are you in life really right now where you're limiting yourself based on how you're thinking about yourself? That's a lot really right there. And guys, since I've been doing this since the beginning of this year, so many gems have been dropped. So many things have been happening that can be used for the rest of this life. Share it on. So when you're doing things, don't just say it for right now. It may just be for right now, but individuals end up using it later as well too. Let's go into number 2. So I want to talk about this. So it says, why so many deny themselves joy? What world would I say? Oh no, I said, what would it take for you to experience joy? So you got a situation where it's like, all right, Why so many people? It can be people around you in your family. Dang, I'm in a situation really right now. Folks are just so negative, pessimistic, small-minded. I'd rather be optimistic, infinite possibilities, than pessimistic, no possibilities. Do you know how freeing that is to realize, like, dang, I can be put in any situation and come out with a solution or come up with an opportunity, whether there's finances there or whether there's ability or whether there's happiness or freedom. Sometimes I just want to be in a freedom feeling, peaceful, happiness or joyful mode. Sometimes I just want to be in that environment, and just being in that environment alone gives me everything that I need to do to be able to, let's say, think on the next idea. You know, because if I'm worrying about the next check or the next bill or the next situation, something that's robbing me of my joy, how can I ever expand on my reality? How can I ever expand on the experience that I'm having in life right now? I can't. It closes my life down. So I'm not in a position where I can even live a fulfilled life because I'm not happy with what I'm bringing. So be happy with self. We're gonna tie in. I got a bonus question for you guys, but that's the thing to tie into. So now I can see this. Now, I mean, I know counselors or therapists or psychotherapists, they talk about why individuals may not have the joy. Maybe it's how you was raised, the lifestyle that you were living. You weren't taught to be happy. You weren't even taught to like yourself. People were calling you ugly, or people were saying this person is not worthless. If you grow up in a household where everyone is, let's say, picking on you or saying you're worthless, you can go around believing that. So you'd be like, man, I don't have anything to offer to the world. But this is why in what I'm doing as a counselor, each out of the thousands of clients that I've had, in each one, I've seen what they can offer. I'm like, dang, people are so powerful, but they don't see it. So I don't force individuals to see their own power. I just put you in a situation where I'm speaking of power. And it's like, okay, maybe I can align with that. Maybe something like that works for me when it comes to power, when it comes to transformation, when it comes to changing the world, changing my life. That's what I was saying here. What individuals need to do to experience something different. I think I was hearing a quote. I don't know if Will Smith said it, but a lot of individuals saying it too. I wish individuals did have all the money, and to see that ain't the key. That's not it. If you're in a position where you have the finances, sometimes, even with some of my clients, some of the millionaires as well too, or 1,000, 100,000 or whatever, they got the money, but you don't have the happiness. So it's like there is a limitation about how much money you get, and for that equating happiness. Sometimes you got individuals. I remember, I think one of my spiritual advisors with Mooji, Mooji, coming from the villages of Jamaica, and he was speaking about how the children staying in a shack, being able to play soccer, they didn't know that they were poor, but they had the joys of what they were doing, who they were, without having any money. They knew they had the joys of life, whether it was laughter or being able to move around. So it's not necessarily, money doesn't equate to the happiness. It gives you the opportunity. You can do some things with it. but is it something that is self-sustaining and give you and give you happiness on that end? No. You have to be able to find that on your own. Really, I would challenge everyone, whether looking at this now, 20 years from now, 10 years from now, or however, whenever you've seen this clip, can you show yourself the peace or the love? Can you give yourself that? Can you even go and look into a mirror and tell yourself that you love you? That's tough for a lot of folks. But I want to move on forward too. That's tough for a lot of folks. But that's something that a clear tool for individuals to do before you go to bed, before you wake up. Tell myself that, man, I love me. That's huge. That's huge on that part. So then we're moving next. For number 3, we're talking about if you have the challenges of life that come up, are challenges telling you to stop, or are they showing you how bad do you want your experience, or let's say that item? Let's say, for an example, you want to travel outside the country, just like I have to Ghana. But you got to challenge maybe you don't have the finances. And it's not even about the airport, but how what I talked about on my my brother's show and on the show here. But does that stop you if you can't? I remember for me, I didn't have all the finances, but I was unceasingly searching for a way to make that move. And that way, that company been around since 2015. But I ended up finding it in 2025 when I needed to make a certain move. So that's how life can be for certain individuals. Until you really show how bad you want something, nothing won't pop up for you to even get it. And this is in all walks of life. I would challenge anyone, all walks of life. If you really want it bad, I think E.T., the hip-hop preacher, Eric Thomas, he speaks about it. If you want it as bad as you want to breathe, then you're going to have it. Guys, oxygen is important. I think I was talking with some clients before. When you cannot breathe, you're not thinking about no bills. You ain't thinking about no food. You ain't thinking about no game. Or you ain't thinking about no girls or nothing, whatever it may be. You think, I need to get that air. So it makes sense. If you're thinking about a challenge that comes up, if I really want something as bad as I want to breathe, there is zero doubt that's going to stop me from getting that situation or having that in my life. Or at least something, let's say a replica. I'm not saying forcing a situation, but let's say even if it is peace, joy, and freedom, sometimes that may be able to come to you after you say, I really want it bad. This is something that I really want. At all costs, I'm going to make sure that I'm happy. However it comes up. And you end up finding that way for you to get it because of your drive and your search for it. It's just like me as a counselor. I know I wanted to help individuals. I didn't know in LA, but I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to help individuals. And I knew I wanted to be in LA. And nothing was going to stop me from being there. Not even homelessness. I spoke about this before. You guys see on my other show. Do you think homelessness or anything could stop me? That's how you have to think about it. I'm willing to go through all things to get what I want. And I was going to do that. So when we look at number 3, do challenges stop you or show you how bad do you want your experience, let's say, or your freedom, or your joy, or your happiness, or even calmness. I got, man, if I really wanted bad calmness, sometimes it has me getting away. Sometimes I need to get away from certain people. You know, it's not at a level to where I feel I can't have that in my life anymore. I want calmness and I want peace. So certain people gotta leave. Certain people will have to leave. And that's the key thing why I want individuals to understand. You may have to make a decision in your own life. Shout out to everybody coming. You may have to make a decision in your own life to show you, let me see how bad do I want this. Let me show myself. Show yourself, not even by showing anybody else. Show yourself that I need this peace, within my life right now. And I'm willing to get it at all costs. So that's what the challenge is, guys. We're probably gonna be 45 minutes in, maybe now, but maybe at least 45 minutes. But I'm showing you guys from the beginning to now. I'm showing you guys how to think yourself out of the challenges. We all faced with challenges, guys. Even with me right now, dealing with MS or whatever. However, me with my family, even really right now, they're like, oh man, you in Ghana, you over there, what's going on? Even with finances as well too, there's always challenges. But sometimes you gotta learn to love the challenges. Like, ooh, how am I gonna figure this out? It's like being in a video game. How am I going to figure this out? What's going on? What's going on? This is a shout out to everybody coming in. Shout out to everybody. What's going on, Kev? But that's a situation when you realize that if I'm faced with a particular challenge, is that going to stop me? Even with, I like Kev, you bringing that in too. Even with talking about God, looking at it on the end. I mean, I'm not gonna go too much on the scriptures, but the God is within. Being able to use that situation to empower you more. Using it not only to empower you, but to pull you out of any situation first, or how you're thinking about it. Guys, I turned being on the street, having $0 to my name, into a opportunity. There's always opportunities around, but you got to make sure that you can see it, on that part. So don't let the challenge stop you. Is the challenge showing you how bad do you want the freedom even for yourself? Could they actually be showing you that? I want to go into number 4 as we're going to. Now, this is something that's very, very key. Very, very key. If you were to measure your own life, how much, let's say, peace, how much joy, how much love do you have within it? Is it a certain situation where you can see how much of the peace and love do you actually have in life? Versus the currency. I understand the currency. I understand that. But if you're looking at it, look at those things that, let's say, money cannot buy. Whether it's, peace, or whether it's joy, whether it's freedom, or even if it's just calmness. What are those situations that you can use that value of that in your life? Am I in a situation where I can choose to be peaceful? I can choose to be mad at the world, or I can, especially how the world is going right now. It's we're at a time really right now where you have to be able to choose it for yourself. Don't let anyone choose that line of walk for you. Don't let anyone choose it for you. I was just talking to my big brother about this. We want everybody to choose freedom or to be the love or be joy, find this joy, get this or get that, whatever it may be. But you ain't even there. You got to get there first. I remember I was talking with my big sis. Shout out to D.com. And she was speaking about all of the difficulties that may be happening, all the people she wants to bring along, to where she at. She want people to think like how she's thinking, and things like, and that's all right. That's okay. But you have to get there first. Sometimes you got to be 10 years in a situation. Prove to yourself. Proving to yourself ends up proving to the individuals that are around you, that you want to influence, that you want to impact. Guys, let me use this. I know you guys may be in here. Just give me 1 second. We're still gonna be on the live. I'm gonna be right back. Thanks for the gifts. I'm gonna be right back on that end. I got this bathroom. I'm gonna be right back. Guys, we're still on the life measurements when it comes to peace, happiness, and joy versus the finances. I'm gonna be right back. Right back. Hold on, guys. I'm on my way back. See, courtesy of my big brother, man, it was all good. He hooks up this amazing tea. It was all good. He hooks up this amazing tea. See, I know, sorry for leaving you guys, but I told you where we're on. Measuring your life at a point to where how much joy, how much happiness, how much peace, how much calmness do you really even see? You got to do that evaluation. And guys, I don't want to be up here advertising my services or all that, cause that's it's cool. I got that, but somebody who's really sincere, about helping individuals find that within their lives. I know I got the answer. I told when I don't just say the best counselor on the earth for a reason. I'm not just saying that to my own horn. No. Sometimes I'm even helping other counselors or therapists or psychotherapists on that end too. It's more than the degree. It's more than the years in. It's more than all of that. I'm telling you. I achieved this. The endless peace. When I talk about the endless joy and the happiness, you want some individuals that have actually achieved that. Not at a position they still looking, they're still searching for this. Their answer, no, it's here. This ain't no later line, no 10 years down the line, no 1 month down the line. Hold on. This is something that's going on right now. We were talking about, heaven on earth. You got to be able to create that within first. You have to do that. You have to be able to achieve that. And that's with the number 4, with the life measured in peace and love versus your finances. Now, I know some individuals saying, oh, man, Mr. Saylee, you just talking, man. We need finances. I'm not saying that you don't need it. But the thing is, have you ever been stripped away, had nothing to go, and you still had the peace and you still had the happiness and you still had the joy around you? That's the true test. That's the true test. And if you walk through that line of life, then it wasn't the money. When I figured out, dang, it wasn't the money that did it. Oh man, then I was like, okay, if it comes, that's good. If it doesn't, still good. I remember I read a book by Kute Blackson. It's called You Are the One. I think everybody should go and check that out. And I think there was a guy, he was blind. I think he was in a wheelchair. But the thing was, he was happy. So if you're at a position where you may have, let's say, a medical condition, or you can't see, but you're still able to be happy within your life. I've met individuals. Well, I speak on one lady. She make these creams. She was blind. I met her, but the thing is, she never gave up. So it was at a situation where it didn't matter what was going on. I was truly inspired by that, because I'm like, you didn't let your lack of vision rob you of your own happiness and your joy. Oh man, that's something that gave me something, or gave me some information, or just some insight onto life. So I can now be, let's say, if I'm, make it to 40, if I'm 50, or however, whatever happens in my life, because I've been bedbound before. But the thing is, when you can choose peace and happiness, regardless of, let's say, what's going on in your environment or your physical status on that end, you put yourself in the driver's seat. You need to be in control of everything. Let's move on to number 5. We got a few more moments, and then I got the bonus one. Ooh, the bonus. I got you. So it says, oh man, this is huge. This ain't the bonus. So it says, if there was one bold step that you could take this week to give you, as we were talking about that freedom, that joy and happiness, looking at it, one bold step. Sometimes there are things where you just need to put that trust in you, or that faith in your step on what's going to happen, to see if I really believe in what I can create for myself. Sometimes it is maybe booking that ticket, like my big brother says, book your ticket and go. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's at a situation, cutting off that toxic family member or spouse. You guys know this. The one bold step could be for you to cut off that family member or that ex or whoever or that current partner. You just in a situation and it's bringing you hell. I'm telling you this. It's bringing you, and I'm knowing this because I'm seeing it not only in people's lives, but in the life that I have lived as well too. People will sometimes settle. You know what? I'll be in a toxic situation. But that's a clear sign of me not caring about who I am, what I bring to the planet, what I do. So it makes perfect sense. So with you taking one bold step this week, I think even looking at me, one bold step on I look at it as on taking a oath of health when it comes to what I decide to eat, what I decide to watch, how I decide to think. Sometimes the bold step is just like, you know what? I'm not even going to be involved with this anymore. I'm not going to think like this anymore in a negative way, or I'm going to be willing to put myself in a position where even if everyone doesn't like what I'm doing, I'm still going to do it. I love when people don't actually like what I got going on. I really actually love it. I get a little joy out of people not enjoying who I am, because it's not for anyone else to enjoy. It's for me to enjoy me. But if you enjoy you, then no one can really tell you, anything different. Shout out to, everyone coming in, seeing this now, later. Shout out to you. Shout out to my big brother, man, still tuning in. It's a lot of love. But like I said, number 5, one bold step this week. It's the last week of August, and I usually talk with my clients about this too. The whole thing that has been happening, this August has been going on. What are you really doing? What have you done in your own life to shift it, to change it? Because if you don't make a difference, or if you don't make a shift in your life, then you kind of happy with how it's been. Me, shoot, when I'm not happy with a situation, I make a move. Whether it's to how somebody feels about it negatively, or they feel like, oh man, Mr. Saylee, you did me wrong, or you did this. I have a big heart, so I may feel a certain type of way about it. But when I know I've given you my all, and I've sacrificed so much for someone, when somebody is upset at a situation that is involving me choosing what I want to do, when I actually was authentic and true away with you, then it's like, oh, okay. You might have not been for me from the beginning. Maybe it was conditional. The way I live is unconditional, and I'm willing to outlast anyone. If you're willing to go 50 years to figure me out, then go ahead, because that's what I'm willing for anyone. 50 years, maybe more. Let me see if you can be exposed of who you truly are, because people sometimes holding up characters for only a little bit until it kind of breaks through. But we're talking about on number 5 is big. We're about to almost get up out of here, guys. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more time because I did run to the restroom. Give you guys a little bit more time. And I'm gonna review the questions as well too. And plus I got the bonus. So look at this bonus really right here. What example are you setting for the world or yourself? What did I say? Oh yeah, okay. What example are you setting for the world or yourself about how you love yourself? How do you put yourself, how are you showing yourself, or even the world, how are you showing your situation that you're loving you? How are you showing yourself that? This is a type of situation where You're challenging yourself because you always will be tested. You always will be tested. I'm talking about, let's say let's say 8 hours you sleep. You got 16 hours of tests that are coming out. Whether you're online, whether you're offline, whether you're talking with a family member, you're talking with a friend, co-worker, you're not just with anyone even on the earth. How are you even talking with yourself? This is something that's very, very powerful. Let me read it again. What example are you setting or showing the world or yourself about how you love yourself? This is key. This is key because we get into a situation where there's tons and tons of distractions, and they're only getting more. They're only becoming more frequent. The distractions. So you have to show yourself that, hold on, I can put everything away, even when it comes to certain aspects of social media. Can you just, let's say, put your phone away for even an hour? I was challenging a client about this. I'm like, man, he was talking about, man, I can't put my phone down for even an hour. Will the world end if you don't have your phone, even for the day? Will the world end if you don't have your phone for that day or for one day? So that's a question that I want you guys to really even think on yourselves. Like, how can I live? How will I live not being connected? Let's say whether it's a device, online, or even if I change my diet as well too, or change how I eat, change how I think, change how I see. Could I stop certain things in my life really right now? Let's say even if it's on how I eat, will that be able to change my life? Sometimes it takes 6 months. Sometimes it takes 3 months. Right now, me and my big brother, we're on a watermelon fast. We're going into the end of the month. Everyone's telling me, nah, man, don't do the fast. I'm like, oh, man, nah, you got to eat something. You're already skinny. I know that I'm skinny. But see, there's certain things I'm willing to go to the end or to the death, how people look at it. And I know there's, as we talked about in the beginning too, some people fear that. So I was like, man, nah, I would never do that. At all times, I spoke on this before. I'm willing to go at least 48 hours of fast, maybe 24 or 48 hours. So that leaves me mentally prepared for a lot of situations, you know. So let's go back. Let's go back through the questions. I'll make a comment, then we will get out of here. I do appreciate everyone just stopping in, sharing some comments, getting some likes up, and I want individuals to look at it too. Check out that Facebook. I think I made my first 5 today. Hey, like I said, if you can make 5, you can make 50. If you can make 50, you can make 500. If you can make 500, you can make 5,000. So let's go back through. So it says, what fear is doing to you right now? So look at your own life. You know what fear has a part to play for you in that end? Are you in a situation where it is controlling you? What is it doing for you really right now? Is it helping you or harming you? Now, sometimes I understand the fear. Like, I'm not just going to wander off randomly in the bushes. There may be some lions, tigers, and bears out there. I understand that. But is it stopping you from achieving your own dreams, your goals? I'm not talking about your own life, like in physical harm, no. But is this stopping for you for achieving certain things, let's say, outside of the job? Can I do something different? Can you escape your 9 to 5? Let's go number 2. Why so many individuals deny themselves joy, and what would you do for you to experience joy? Because the individual you look at, you're like, hold on, Mr. Saylee, I'm not denying joy and peace. But sometimes, that's what we're talking about in question 1. Sometimes that locks in right there. They're tied together. What actions are you taking to get rid of it? To get rid of you denying that joy? What are you doing really right now to keep you away from that joy? Because sometimes we actively making moves against ourselves. It is tough to see for me as a counselor that individuals may be shooting themselves in the foot, and it's a tough situation because you're like, you in a position right now, you could change your life, you can add so much value to this earth, but you're deciding not to. Maybe it's because of fear, or it's because of your own mental limitations. Very powerful like that. Let's go for number 3. Very powerful on that end. When it comes to challenges, just overall challenges, are they telling you to stop what you're doing, or why you're not choosing, let's say, the freedom? So challenges is there's 2 things. It can stop your movement or show you what you need to overcome in order to have that goal, or have that dream, or have that reality, have that experience. Sometimes people get that first challenge, whether they're talking with anyone, even when it comes to a job, they get that first no, they be done, they ready to turn around. Versus trying to see if, man, maybe if I ask again. It's just like, let's say you're online and you go into a web page and say, oh man, you can't access it. You ain't even trying to refresh to see. Refresh and just see if you're able to get back on. So try again. Like Mr. Saylee, no, the first time I tried, I failed. Well, keep going, try again. Maybe it's waiting for you to do it 2 times before you can pass on through. Let's go to number 4. So we were talking about your life measured in peace, joy, and happiness. So you gotta measure your life and see how much peace, joy, and happiness do you have within it so far, or at this moment. Are you at a point to where, man, I need some more. I need some more joy. I need some more peace, Mr. Saylee. That's the first question that you need. Because now when you have that question, it makes you awareness. What do you need to do? Now you're going into things. What do you like to do? What brings you more peace and joy? On that end. Versus just having the finances. I understand everyone's talking on that end, on finance. I get it. But is your life just measured in how much money do you have, or how much peace do you have, or how much happiness? How much love do you have? And I'm talking about love of self. Because sometimes you have people that don't like what you have going on, but they're waiting to see, do you like what you have going on? Because if you love it, then it's good. Like I told myself before, I'm willing to go against everybody on the planet right now for it to live my life for what I want. So there is no challenge that's too big, or there's no obstacle that's too difficult for me. Let's go into number 5, and then we'll go into the bonus and then get out of here. Oh, I love you guys so much, man. Dang, guys, I eat, sleep, and breathe this. I love it. For this week, one bold step this week to get you, let's say it it can get you closer to freedom. It can give you the joy, or just for love itself. It could just learn some more about you. Maybe it's even finding out if somebody really loves me. Sometimes it's just saying no to someone. Maybe even saying no to self. Guys, sorry about the dog in the background. But we all right. One bold step this week. That's maybe what I'll ask my clients as well this week too. If you were to take one bold step this week, what would it be? Or what bold step could you take that could change your life for the rest of this existence right here? What step could you take? That's a question for you too. So on our bonus, we can close on this bonus. It says, what example are you showing the world about how you can love self? So looking at the example to show the world, but and then showing you. I got the world / yourself slashed out. So what are you showing the world / showing yourself? Because remember, your world, there may be 8.2 billion people on the planet Earth, but there are 8.2 billion worlds. Everyone is seeing it differently. What are you doing to show your world how you love yourself? Show yourself how. Maybe just going in the mirror, like my shout out to my boy P. Maybe just going in the mirror and saying, hey man, I love you today. I'm going to always choose you first. I'm not going to give up on you. I don't care what happens. Lose an arm, lose a leg, lose your vision. I'm still going to choose you. I got you. I don't care. We at this till the end. I'm going to do this. There's nothing too difficult that's going to be able to stop the way how I feel about you. You can't stop it. I don't care how your face look, your hair, I don't care. I'm gonna choose you. I chose you. I got this. Yeah, so that's how we can close out, guys. Make sure that you're choosing yourself. Make sure that you're loving yourself, and make sure that you're making a move that maybe even the whole world may not like it, but you like it. All right, guys. So the Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. Freedom, warmth, and clarity. Whew. Oh man, I really love this, and I'm gonna love this until I'm done. Or however I show up, whatever country I'm in, I'm gonna show up as me regardless. And I really appreciate everyone for being them. Just be you. Somebody else is already taken. Just be you. Alright guys, take care. Please continue to love yourself. Shout out to everybody still in, seeing this now, later. It's all love. No limitation, all elevation. Yes, we out of here.